We've got Sunil Gavaskar joining us now. Sunny sir, this is the first loss for India after leading by more than 100 runs in the first innings. Keeping that in mind, we were leading by 173, we lost by 63. Keeping that in mind, would you say this is India's worst loss from a winning position?
Well, it would have to be one of the terrible losses that India has suffered, because you take a big lead like this, then you expect to win the match. But clearly, despite taking that huge lead, India was just not able to step up in both the second innings when they were bowling to the Sri Lankans and when they batted in the fourth innings. And if you recall, I did say that chasing 170 is going to be if India was set around 170, I did say that it would be a very big challenge.
Right, we do know that you did say that Herat would play a very crucial part and that India would have to tackle him if they wanted to actually win from that winning position. But talking about what Virat Kohli said in the press conference, he spoke about the fact that we only have ourselves to blame. We played tentative cricket. But coming from the fact that they were talking about playing aggressive cricket, doesn't it show the Indian team in poor light when the captain after the match comes around and says that we played tentatively?
I think we should now stop talking about aggression and tentativeness and whatever. I think we should just focus on the game and start playing the game. We don't have to justify anything to anybody as to the kind of cricket that you're going to play. You've got to play cricket that suits your team, that suits the position that the team is, suits the pitch that you're playing in and suits the opposition that you're playing against. I think that is the only way to play cricket. I think all this talk about, whether it is you're going to play aggressive cricket, this cricket, that cricket, really has to be shut out now. And you just need to focus on playing good cricket. That is the most important thing. Play good cricket. Doesn't matter whether it is defensive cricket, aggressive cricket. At the end of the day, you want your team to win. It's as simple as that. If your team is not in a position to win, then you want to make sure that you do not lose so that you live to fight another day.
Right, sir. Virat also said that you have to back your best players when talking about Rohit Sharma. And he said that you have to back your match winners. Keeping that in mind and what Virat said, just talking about Test cricket, do you think Rohit is more of a match winner than Cheteshwar Pujara in Test cricket?
Well, I think if you have a look at how Virat Kohli's Test career shaped up, then you will have to say that maybe his trust, his faith in Rohit Sharma is justified. Because Virat, remember, for the first half a dozen Test matches, didn't look as if he was going to get the kind of runs that he's getting now. Rohit Sharma, on the other hand, has begun his Test career with a bang, two back-to-back hundreds. And after that, he's been inconsistent. He's got a couple of 50s, but he hasn't been able to get that big 100. But at least we have seen that he's capable of the big shots. He's capable of playing the big innings. And Virat, if the captain has trust and faith in you, I think you've got to back that. So I would back Virat as far as his faith in Rohit Sharma is concerned. For the simple reason, he's perhaps thinking about his own career, how the first half a dozen or maybe more Test matches went for him before he got that 100, and then before he got the consistency with which he's now getting hundreds.
Herat, who was dropped from Sri Lanka squad against Pakistan, he made a comeback, took 7 wickets, and also in the first innings against India, he didn't even manage to take a wicket. Dinesh Chandimal was poor in the first 10 balls that he faced against India, then he made a remarkable comeback. It's tough in this situation, isn't it, for any team?
It is tough, and I think before looking and pointing fingers at the Indian team, I think we should give credit to the Sri Lankans. They were not daunted by that lead that the Indians had taken of 175. They were 192, I beg your pardon, and they were very, very positive, despite the fact that they also lost wickets at the end of the second day's play when they lost those 2 wickets. The way Sangakkara and Matthews played, steadied the ship, allowed Chandimal and Thermane later on, after these two got out, these two senior players got out, to play freely. Then Jihan Mubarak, whose Test career is on the line, he comes in and plays a very, very good innings. So the Sri Lankans need to be given credit for not being overawed or daunted by the huge lead that the Indians had taken.
So do you think we need an extra batsman?
That is something that the pitch will dictate to a great extent. From here, we can't say whether they need an extra batsman or not, because in the first innings, with the 5 batsmen, they got almost 400 runs. So it's not as if an extra batsman was missed. Riddhiman Saha, batting at number 6, also got a good score. So I think it's horses for courses. I think you've got to have a look at the pitch. If you think the pitch is going to help your spinners or going to help your seam bowlers, you pick accordingly. If you think that's not going to happen, then maybe you want to go in with the extra batsman. But really, it's horses for courses, and have a look at the pitch and do it.
Virat also said that this is all about mental strength, and we lacked that on day 4 of the Galle Test. Do you think this Indian team has the mental strength to make a comeback from this and actually win the series?
I think so, and I hope so, because this is the kind of loss that can demoralize the team. And as I keep saying, you lose the first test, you're always playing catch up. So this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge for Virat and Ravi Shastri to lift the team's morale, to get them to believe in themselves, to get them to believe that they can come back. In fact, the example of the Sri Lankans in the second innings is what they should be showing to the Indian team. Look at the way they bounce back. And so the Indian team certainly has the talent to bounce back. They've just got to start believing in themselves.
Sunil Gavaskar, thank you so much for talking to NDTV. Let's just hope that the Indian team can make a comeback, like we talked about, in that second test match, which will also be Kumar Sangakkara's. Hopefully, we'll also have good news on the front, because Shikhar Dhawan had some kind of an injury in his hand. We will know about that, and we'll update you as soon as we can. Thank you so much.